Lamine Yamal, the new Neymar? This is Neymar. This is Lamine Yamal. This is Neymar.
They can't contain him. He's gone through the whole lot of them. Unbelievable.
This is Lamine Yamal. Remember the name, Lamine Yamal, because in a few years, you won't just be hearing it, you'll be witnessing greatness. The 16-year-old Barcelona sensation isn't just another promising youngster. He's a footballing phenom, rewriting history before he's even old enough to vote.
He's 17. No, like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
First time in my life I saw that I have inside this, wow, who is it? Even that he was 16 years old, that was still like, come on, it's impossible to be so good.
They said Lionel Messi was a once-in-a-lifetime talent. They said Neymar was the last true entertainer, and yet here we are, watching a kid who moves like prime Neymar, thinks like peak Iniesta, and finishes with the ice-cold composure of peak Thierry Henry. The streets are already calling him the next Neymar, but is that fair? Is Lamine Yamal just a Neymar reboot, or is he something entirely different, something even better? With his dazzling footwork, fearless dribbling, and an eye for the spectacular, Yamal isn't just making waves, he's making history. But the road to superstardom is littered with cautionary tales. Will he become Barcelona's next icon? Or will the pressure swallow him whole like it did to Ansu Fati? Let's break it all down.
And we see Manu Sanchez and Lamine Yamal once again.
And going back to
Lamine Yamal doesn't just play football, he performs magic. Watching him on the ball is like witnessing a magician at work, pulling off tricks that leave defenders baffled and fans gasping for air. His dribbling, pure art. His agility, lightning fast. And his technical skills, well, let's just say defenders have started checking under their beds for Yamal before they sleep. When Yamal weaves through defenders, it's less about brute force and more about ballet with boots. He doesn't just take on players, he dances past them, leaving them spinning like they've stepped into the wrong part of a town. Like what he did here. His first touch is velvet soft, his close control tighter than a jar of pickles, and his ability to accelerate from zero to dangerous is downright terrifying. It's not a question of if he'll beat his marker, it's how humiliating it will be. And the Neymar comparisons? Oh, they're not just lazy pundit talk. There's real substance there. Like Neymar, Yamal thrives on flair. He doesn't just want to get past his opponent, he wants to embarrass them while he's at it. You can almost hear him whispering, "Catch me if you can," as he flicks the ball over a defender's head. It's that street football style, cheeky, fearless, and just a little bit cruel. Neymar made defenders look like extras in his highlight reel, and Yamal seems determined to do the same. But it's not just his tricks that scream Neymar, it's the way he uses his body. Yamal isn't built like Messi, small, stocky, low to the ground. No, Yamal is taller, with long, elegant strides that eat up space in a blink. It's that Neymar-like glide, where every step feels calculated but effortless. He's got that Thierry Henry vibe too, where it looks like he's not even breaking a sweat, but defenders are left clutching at shadows. And while Messi's style was about tight control and gravity-defying turns, Yamal's game is about stretching the play, using his reach and stride to explode into space. Messi would hypnotize defenders in a phone booth. Yamal? He prefers to own the open field, like a sprinter waiting for the starting gun. He's the kind of player who can slow down the game to a crawl, lure defenders in, and then, just when they think they've got him trapped, boom, he's gone, leaving only dust and regret behind.
Team in world football, that's how I think he's a superstar.
But here's what truly separates Yamal: his decision-making. He's not just a highlight machine, he's a player who knows when to take on his man and when to release the ball. It's not just flair for flair's sake, it's calculated chaos. He's learning how to be efficient, how to pick his moments and strike when it hurts most. That's a maturity Neymar only developed later in his career, but Yamal's already showing flashes of it. And here's where things get interesting. Yamal isn't just some Neymar clone. He's got his own flavor. There's a rawness, an unpredictability to his game that feels like watching a storm roll in. You don't know when the lightning will strike, but when it does, it's spectacular. He's got the flair of Neymar, the burst of Henry, and a sharpness that's all his own.
Has anyone done what this guy's done at 17 years old?
Yamal's style goes beyond beating his man. It's about making it look easy, making it look fun, and making the world remember his name. And if that sounds a lot like Neymar, well, maybe it's because Yamal is writing his own version of the script, one outrageous dribble at a time. And If Yamal's style of play doesn't convince you that he's the real deal, his stats will slap you back to reality because it's one thing to look flashy on the field and another to back it up with cold hard numbers. And Yamal, he's stacking those numbers like he's playing career mode on easy. At just 17 years old, Yamal isn't just dipping his toes into the deep end. He's cannonballing into history. Goals, assists, game-changing moments, you name it. He's already done it. While most teenagers are figuring out their college applications, Yamal is busy figuring out how to destroy elite defenders for fun. And it's not just about the volume of his contributions, but the timing of them. Big game, tight scoreline, pressure on. That's when Yamal shows up, cool as you like, dropping assists and goals like it's a casual Tuesday. Lamine Yamal has already etched his name into football's annals with a series of record-breaking performances. Notably, he became Spain's youngest ever scorer and the youngest player to net in a European Championship qualifier, underscoring his precocious talent.
Llegando Lamine Yamal, el amago, el remate y el golazo.
In the 2024 to 2025 season, Yamal's contributions have been pivotal for FC Barcelona. In over 23 appearances, he has scored 5 goals and provided 11 assists, averaging a goal contribution every 118 minutes. The UEFA Champions League has also tasted his magic. In 9 matches, Yamal has netted 3 goals and assisted 3 times, highlighting his impact on Europe's grandest stage. In the Copa del Rey, his 3 appearances have yielded 2 goals and 3 assists, reflecting his knack for influencing knockout games. Yamal's shooting proficiency is evident, with 51 shots in 22 La Liga matches, maintaining a shooting accuracy of 47.06%. He averages 2.69 shots per 90 minutes, underscoring his offensive involvement. His playmaking abilities are equally impressive. With 11 assists in La Liga, Yamal averages 0.55 assists per 90 minutes, placing him in the 99th percentile among his peers. He delivers approximately 1.95 key passes each game, creating significant scoring opportunities for teammates. When juxtaposed with legends like Neymar and Messi at similar stages, Yamal's statistics are remarkable. Neymar at 17 was dazzling in Brazil with 14 goals in 48 matches in his inaugural season, but hadn't yet tested European defenses. Messi was breaking into Barcelona's first team with his goal contributions still burgeoning. Yamal, however, is already a linchpin for Barcelona, showcasing consistency and poise beyond his years. His performance in crucial fixtures have been particularly noteworthy. In a recent Champions League match against Benfica, Yamal became the youngest player to both score and assist in a single game at 17 years and 241 days, propelling Barcelona to a 3-1 victory. Yamal's trajectory suggests a burgeoning superstar, with his early achievements laying the foundation for a potentially illustrious career. He's already here, already producing numbers that rival their early records. Champions League, check. La Liga, check. He's not just playing, he's influencing outcomes. But the million-dollar question lingering at the back of everyone's mind is, would Lamine Yamal be the next Ansu Fati? And rightly so. Lamine Yamal's meteoric rise at FC Barcelona inevitably draws comparisons to Ansu Fati, another La Masia prodigy who once captured the footballing world's imagination like this record-breaking stunner against Inter Milan. Both players burst onto the scene as teenagers, dazzling fans with their flair and confidence. But while Yamal's journey is just beginning, Fati's tale serves as both an inspiration and a cautionary reminder of how quickly the dream can falter. Ansu Fati made his Barcelona debut at just 16 in August 2019, immediately setting the stage for greatness. He didn't just arrive, he announced himself with record-breaking moments. He became the youngest goal scorer in La Liga history for Barcelona and later the youngest player to score in the UEFA Champions League. By the end of his first season, Fati had racked up 33 appearances, netted 8 goals, and added an assist to his name. His rapid rise sparked whispers that he might be the next Messi, the long-awaited successor to carry the torch of Camp Nou's legacy. Yamal, now 17, is crafting a similar narrative, but with a broader impact. His stats already outshine Fati's at a comparable age. With 23 La Liga appearances, 5 goals, and an impressive 11 assists, Yamal is not just scoring, but actively shaping games. His influence extends into Europe as well, with 3 goals and 3 assists in 9 Champions League matches. While Fati's early numbers were certainly promising, Yamal's ability to consistently deliver across competition marks him as a prodigy of a different caliber. But Fati's story took a sharp, painful turn. In November 2020, a meniscus tear in his left knee sidelined him for nearly a year. What followed was a grueling cycle of surgeries and setbacks, with recurring muscle injuries that kept him from finding his rhythm. By November 2024, Fati had missed 615 days of football in 123 matches. The once bright star found himself fighting just to stay on the pitch. His 2024 season ended without a single goal, and discussions about loan moves and even his long-term future at Barcelona began to surface. Barcelona has learned hard lessons from Fati's struggles, and they are determined not to let history repeat itself with Yamal. The club is taking a meticulous approach to his development. Physically, they're managing his load with tailored training and recovery protocols, understanding that demands of elite football can be unforgiving. Mentally, they're ensuring that Yamal has access to psychological support, knowing that the pressure on young shoulders can be as heavy as the physical toll. And tactically, they're being patient, integrating him gradually to avoid overexposure and being overwhelmed by his newfound fame.
Lamine, I think it's this new generation, they have a lot of potential, but let's see if their head is clear and good and if they can deal with the pressure.
Yamal's rise feels like deja vu, but Barcelona is rewriting the script. They're balancing his immediate impact with a long-term vision, ensuring that his trajectory isn't just meteoric but sustainable. The hope is that Yamal can shine brighter and longer than the club's experience with Fati shaping every careful decision. Lamine Yamal has often found himself juxtaposed with club legends like Lionel Messi and Neymar. However, Yamal approaches these comparisons with a grounded perspective. He acknowledges the honor of being likened to Messi, stating that such parallels indicate he's on the right path. Yet, he emphasizes his commitment to authenticity, asserting, "I try to be myself. Obviously Messi, and I always say this, is the best player in history, and being compared to him means that you're doing things right. But I try to be myself. I try to make my way and give everything for this shirt." Reflecting on his journey, Yamal aspires to carve out his own legacy at Barcelona. He recognizes that while being compared to the best in history is flattering, it's crucial to focus on personal growth and contributions to the team. This mindset underscores his dedication to establishing a unique identity within the football world. Yamal's approach to development is characterized by a desire for continuous challenge. He prefers to operate at higher levels of competition, believing that facing tougher opponents fosters improvement. This philosophy reflects his ambition and readiness to evolve, ensuring he doesn't become complacent, but continually strives for excellence.